Hello friends, happy Saturday. This is my 27th episode of Saturday Morning Makes, which is hosted by Jill Norwood here on YouTube. I will put all the information about Saturday Morning Makes, how to play along, and the link to Jill's channel in the description box below, so check that out there. You can see what everybody else is creating by searching the hashtag SatMornMakes. And people post to, here on YouTube, they post to Instagram and also on Facebook. We do have a group page on Facebook, which is called Saturday Morning Makes, and today's too. And all that information will be in the description box below. Okay, let me get started. I have one card to show you and a few pages that I've done in my July junk journal. So for the card, I used from My Creative Time the tall jar dies. These are new. And then I also used from the chunky jar dies, there's the info on that. I used just the little ties. And from the cute bumblebee stamps and dies, I used one of the greetings. You get a lot in this set, and there's the information on that. So you get all the cute bumblebees, the stamps, the dies, and then also the dies for the sentiments here. From Stampin' Up, I used my Scalloped Contours dies. Love these. Okay, from Lawn Fawn, I used a piece of paper out of this pad, which is very old, 2013, but it's called Pink Lemonade. And then also from My Creative Time, I used the Bees and Butterfly paper pad, and this is new. All right, so let me show you my card. So I did a lemonade jar, glass mason jar. I cut the jar out of clear acetate there. I think you can see that. I cut the ice cubes from vellum, and one of them I colored with a chalk marker. I was just trying to decide how I wanted to make the ice cubes so you'd be able to see them. The other three I just used this pigment ink from Stampin' Up. The acetate, or the lemonade, I did on vellum, and I colored, I used my blending brush and colored it yellow. I'm not sure if it's even showing up that it's yellow. I went around the edges of this pattern paper. That was the one from Lawn Fawn with all the little jars on it. I went around the edges and inked the edges there. I wanted to bring some more of this pink that I used from the My Creative Time paper pad into it somehow, so I went back and added the scalloped border there. And I did put Wink of Stella on the lemon slice. That lemon slice was really fun to make. Inside, I have a piece of scalloped white here. I actually cut this to put behind my lemonade jar, but then I didn't like the white, so I went back and did the pink. I cut a slit in the lid up here so the straw could go in, because I wanted it to look like the ring was on the jar, but just not the flat lid part. And then there's that little paper twine there. I think that's so cute. Okay, so that was my one card for today. And then let me bring in my journal here. I'm participating in Junk Journal July. Let me see if I can back out a little bit. There we go. And I've done a few more pages. So Junk Journal July is hosted by Megjournals here on YouTube, and you get all these prompts that you can work from. It's not too late to join because you go at your own speed. You don't have to, which is a good thing, because I only have a few pages done in mine so far. And you don't have to go in order. Ideally you can start at day 1 of July and go in order. I mean, that would be awesome, but it didn't work out that way for me. So I'm just doing it as I can. And so the prompt that I put here was stripped back. And so what I did here was I took a piece of, it's actually a box that one of my Stampin' Up! Orders came in, cardboard box, and I tore the paper so that you could see the corrugated areas. So I tore it and removed it. I used that white craft ink that I showed you a few minutes ago and came on here. You could also use gesso or paint. And then I just, I glued on some different cutouts, ephemera pieces that I have. I love the little letter. That's like one I think that this came from the Your Creative Studio box that I received. And then I've got a border strip down the side there, which was kind of fun. I've had those for a long time. So that was stripped back. That was my take on that. And then I did this page, and this one was paper samples. So I literally have, let me grab it for you. I have this little book of paper samples, and all these papers in this book, they're wallpaper samples, but they were all made in Thailand, and there's just really awesome paper samples in here. A friend of mine had a bunch of wallpaper sample books that she gave me, and this was, I don't know what I did with the other ones that I had. They were big, but I kept this one because they're all like handmade papers, and I thought they were really cool. So I took out these 2 striped ones and put those in there. And this was a piece that I tore from when I printed this out, and I printed it larger, and so I had that sitting here on my desk, so I tore a piece of that off and just put it there because I thought it was cute with the stars, and I thought the colors kind of went in with what I had going on here. Those little black doilies, I think, are Lawn Fawn little doilies, and these are not paper samples, but they're samples of laminate. And I just thought, since they were samples and I had, you know, it's like a sample page, I thought it was fun to just add those on. And then I did a little sampling here of some patterned papers that I had in my stash. And I found this little piece of thing that said standard papers on it, and I thought that was kind of funny. I was just going through all my little ephemera pieces, and that was actually one that was in a package of ephemera that I have. So I inked around it and put it on top and did all those little samples there. So I was kind of happy with the way that page came out. And I actually, the background page here is one of the papers that I made that I dyed with avocado. And so that was the color it came out. So it was a darker color on that side and a lighter color over here. And then I did this page, which was balance. And this brought to mind this stamp that I have right away, because I know in reality, I think that he is supposed to be dancing, but just the way he stands and how his arms are, I always think that he looks like he's balancing. And so I knew I had to use him. So I've got him balancing here on this part of the music sheet. And I just put a little spotlight behind him, and I found the words "hold on," which I thought were funny. And then down here, I've got these people who have spotted him up there balancing. And I put these words, "He gave us a terrible scare." And I just went around those with my, let me find it here. my little charcoal pencil. So yeah, I like this pencil. And so that was that one. And I think those are my only, yeah, those are the only other new ones that I have in here now. So when I finish my book, I'll do a whole walkthrough of all the pages in it. But that's what I've got to show you for this time. And let me just bring my card back in and do that there so you can see that. I hope you're having a great weekend. Be sure to check out what everybody else has been creating. And I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.